These folks got that hit his shit, no cap.
Okay, shorty, okay, shorty, okay, shorty, okay, shorty, okay, shorty, okay, shorty, okay, shorty.
No cat, no bat. Welcome back, YouTube. Welcome back, JDI family. Welcome back to another extremely lit video, my guy. Before we start, shout out to everybody that's part of Noti Gang. If you're part of Noti Gang, drop that Noti Gang down in the comments and let me know if you're part of Noti Gang, bro. Y'all know we extremely lit. No cap. Now listen. Before we start, Trey got the drip going and all that, you feel me? But before we start, no, I'm not in no gang. You know what I mean? Like the red, I got the blue, I got the pink. Trey not in no gang, no. Don't just start assuming that, oh, Trey's in a gang. No, I just like the bandana and I got the drip going and all that, you feel me? Today, I'm gonna be giving you guys a few dirt bikes that I think are ideal and perfect for beginners learning how to wheelie. So without further ado, let's jump into this video, y'all. Number one, you guys are gonna be surprised what number one is on my list. This bike gets slept on. This bike literally gets slept on, and I think it deserves to be number one on the list for numerous reasons. You feel me? KX100. A KX100 is number one on Justdoittray's list today. A KX100. Now let me tell you why I put the KX100 first, right? I put it first because of the size of the bike, right? Because of the power of the bike and the way it delivers the power. That's why it's number one on my list. Facts. Now let me break it down. I put it number one because of the size, the power, and the way it delivers the power, right? The KX100 is in the middle of a 85 and it's in the middle of a 125. So that means this is like the perfect size bike to start learning how to wheelie on. Not only that, the power it has. That's the real reason. The power it has and the way it delivers the power. It's smooth. I swear to God, I cannot make this up, you guys. It's so different than every other bike that's out there. Like, it has the power. It's there. Whenever you need it, through every single gear, it is there. But the way it delivers the power through every single gear, it is so smooth. It's not jumpy. It's not to the point where it's not enough. It's there. Every single gear. And it's so smooth. I cannot make this up, you guys. I promise you. That's why I put this bike number one. The KX100 is number one on Justdoittray's list. So many people sleep on this bike and it's so goated. It's just like a 125 and it's a little more than an 85. It's smoother than an 85. Like it's just the way they built the bike in general is just goated. In my book, that bike is number one right now for learning how to wheelie on for two strokes. So it's like anybody can hop on this bike. You feel me? Let me put it like this, because a lot of you guys ask. I will say this bike right here, the KX100, right, is ideal. The ideal size and weight for this bike that Trey says, I would say the ideal weight for this bike is probably anywhere from 5 foot to 6 foot, I say. Weight, I would say any weight all the way up to 200 pounds. I don't think any other bike out there is defeating that. I'm not even gonna cap. Let's move on though. Number two. Now this is another bike that's been slept on, but it's just as good as the KX100, but it's not as good. Now I'm gonna break it down for you right now. The RM85, I put number two. Let me tell you why. I put it number two because the way they built the engine is similar. It's similar to the KX100. I'm talking power here, you feel me? I'm talking the power and the way it delivers the power. It's similar to the KX100, but not quite. You feel me? Not quite. And also, it's a little bit smaller. But the RM85s, you can get a large. That's why I put it number two. I put it number two because it's so similar to the KX100, but it's just not similar because of the size and CCs of the engine. but the RM85 falls number 2 on my list. It falls number 2. It's just as good as the KX100. And so many people sleep on this bike. It's so smooth. It's just as smooth. That's what you guys want when you're learning how to wheelie, especially beginners. You want something real smooth. You want something you can work with that you're not so scared of. You feel me? You don't want nothing real torquey. You don't want to hop on no 254 stroke or a 450 and just, you never wheelie before and just think you're gonna just learn like this. No, it's not. No, heck no. The RM85, just as good as the KX100. It's just as good. It's just smaller. Let me give you guys a height and weight range for this bike. I would say for the RM85, you don't have to be a certain size for these bikes. There's a lot of people that ask me like, yo, what size should I, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna just give you guys a height and weight range for the RM85 right now. So for the height, I would say any height up to probably like 5'8", my height. And the weight, I would say any weight up to like 180. You don't want to be too heavy. Back fender touching the ground. No more than 200 pounds on that bike. One more for you guys. You guys are going to be surprised why I put this number 3. Y'all all love this bike. Even I do. This bike is literally goated. I swear this bike is goated, but I put it number 3 for a reason. For a reason. The YZ125 number 3. Oh my God, yeah. Because I'm talking for beginners, right? I'm talking for beginners. So if you're lingering more on the tall and heavier side and you want to go with a 2-stroke and you're a beginner, the YZ125 is what you want to shoot for. Now the YZ125, it's undefeated. There's probably no other 2-stroke out there better than this, but I put the KX100 number 1 for beginner purposes. I put the RM85 number 2 for beginner purposes. But speaking in general, there's probably no other 2-stroke 125 out there better than the YZ125. So I put it number 3 in this conversation we're having right now for beginners learning how to wheelie. I put it number 3. It's not real snappy, but it's snappy. It's more for taller and heavier riders. But anybody can hop on the 125 and ride it. I'm like 5'8", 5'9". I say anywhere from 6'4", 6'5". I see some tall people riding 125s and it looks normal. The weight is any weight up to 250 pounds. Facts. The YZ125 is undefeated though. Speaking in general, when you want to talk about the best 2-strokes, oh, that's number 1 on the list. That's number 1 on the list for the best 2-stroke out there right now. 2021, the YZ125 is the best 2-stroke out there. There ain't no 125 better than the YZ125. I'm telling you that right now. But when it comes to beginners, right? Learning how to wheelie, I put it number 3. But the KX100 is in the middle of both. The KX100 is in the middle of both, right? So I put it number 1. Number 1, you can just hop on it and go. Those are 3 bikes right there that are ideal and perfect for beginners to learn how to wheelie on if you want a 2-stroke. But listen, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. You feel me? If it was, smash the like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see y'all in the next vlog, y'all.